Now, live from Studio 550, this is
Out at 5750.
KTRS.
That landlord bill in St. Louis County getting a lot of attention. St. Louis County Councilman Mark Harder joins us. Mark, good morning.
Good morning, McGraw.
What happened last night? Did it pass?
Well, yes, it did. Unfortunately, we had a pretty long night getting that to happen. So, not too pleased.
Right. You voted against it. Was the vote 5-4?
No, it was
4-3. 4-3. I keep doing that. Has Stanger signaled one way or the other if he would sign it or veto it or not sign it?
I'm pretty sure he's going to sign it. He's come out in support of it early on.
We're trying to figure out how, if the stated goal in this bill is to fix bad landlords, how does throwing people out of their house fix bad landlords?
That's a good question, and that was brought up last night. We had over 39 speakers last night that spoke against this. I think there was only 2 people that spoke in favor of it last night, and we had landlords, we had ACLU, we had lawyers for landlords and tenants, and we had a whole bunch of different people that normally don't come together on things were against this bill.
Here's the other thing we ask. Somebody throws somebody out for drinking and driving, or one of the reasons that the landlord has to throw them out, and then I'm a landlord. Am I then forced to then rent to that person who was just kicked out by the other landlord by law?
That's not covered either. There's so many things. This is a pitfall of all kinds of problems, and as I said last night, this is going to set the county up for a number of lawsuits. A number of the attorneys that spoke last night mentioned this, that they are going to file suit or at least an injunction in the coming weeks against this. This is just a mess, and it's going to cost taxpayers to defend this.
And so the legislation says what, in a nutshell, Mark Harder?
Well, basically, it creates a license for landlords, and the county grants a license to landlords that rent single-family homes only. It doesn't cover apartment complexes. It doesn't cover people from the banks that have vacant properties or any of that stuff. It just focuses on landlords, and by doing that, it then can be taken away if you don't do what the county says. So by granting a landlord, it puts control on the landlord. It registers the landlord and all their properties, and that way the county can go back in and say, okay, property A is not up to code, and Mr. Landlord, you have property B, C, D, and E. If this is not up to code, we're not going to let you rent your other property as well. So it sets up a bureaucracy to
5 seconds.
I feel infringe upon the property rights of landlords.
Mark Harder, we're going to have to leave it there. St. Louis County Councilman, we will keep we'll keep abreast of what's going on. 858 KTRS.